lovelies, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to today's reading for Bruce Lee. I'm going to be channeling Bruce Lee's energy and sharing any messages that he may want to come through. As with all readings, I connect with the person's energy and I let them know, obviously this is their reading, it's entirely up to them what they bring through. So let's get started. Okay. So Bruce Lee is coming through and he's saying that, you know, people will be here for one of two reasons. One, they're a major fan, and he is saying my fans are very die-hard. Saying they know all about me, they would have watched all my movies. My fans are very knowledgeable in who I am. Or two, you may not know me, and you know the suspicion and the conspiracy around my death. I'm keeping my eyes closed because this is just how I'm channeling him, okay? Very relaxed energy. And he's saying, well, this is who I am. This is how I was on Earth. He's bringing me to a group of people, and it's a group of men who, when he was in their company, they would have stood in a circle because he's making me go like this. It's a group of men that would have stood in a circle around him, and he would have either sat here or stood. And he's talking about people wanting to intimidate him for power. Bruce Lee is talking about the power that he held, but that he had no interest in, okay? He's saying I had no interest in the power that people wanted me to manipulate or to use. For me, I was just wanting to creatively express, do my martial arts, live my life, and remain peaceful. He's saying for me, peace was always at the core, and I'm not saying I'm perfect because I made plenty of mistakes, but I was not interested in corruption and manipulating people for power or money. But people were very interested in doing that from me, okay? I had no idea. I could never have even imagined where my career or life would take me, okay? I didn't ask for this. It kind of just happened. But I'm not surprised that it did. I'm just gonna break here, sorry. He's talking very, almost like in code. I have never seen a Bruce Lee movie. I did watch a snippet of an interview of him because I just wanted to gain the feel of his energy, but I literally watched about 5 minutes. But he's very wise, deep, philosophical. This is how he would have talked, very slowly, taking his time. He's not in a rush, very laid back, very, it is what it is, very in flow with life and the rhythm of life. Okay. He's saying, yeah, he's talking about having an allergic reaction and being poisoned, okay, because he's drawing me very much to this area and he's going like this. So it's like the throat, but then back, the throat and then back. People betrayed me. I couldn't trust people. I had to keep looking over my shoulder constantly, and he's talking about food. He's talking about the food that was being given. He's also saying I didn't mean to betray anyone. That was not something I was intending to do. Okay, I didn't mean to betray anyone, but people very much meant to betray me. There are multiple people that are involved here, okay? And he's making me feel like his passing was not natural causes. He's saying this was not natural. But he knew that people were out to get him. He was very aware of that. Now, he's saying that because of who he was and his skill and his gift, people couldn't just come up to him and attack him. No, it had to be a very tactical approach. He's also saying, I'm very intelligent, okay, I'm very smart, I'm very wise, I'm very like quick on my feet, I'm very aware of my circumstances. I also was very about my wits, and so people had to be very tactile in the way that they came for me, which they were in the end. He's saying that people may wonder why anyone would be coming for me, Bruce Lee. You know, he's saying that, and he does have a little bit of a wit about him, like in his own almost sarcastic, very dry sense of humour way. He's got a wit about him because he just sees the humour in life. And he's also, one of the very first things he said when I connected with him before I turned on the camera was, what a mess. What a mess humans have gotten themselves into when life really is so simple. And he really took pride in living his life in a very simple way. He kept his circle simple. He kept everything very, very simple. And he really was about keeping things simple. And he almost, there is an energy with him, I'll be honest. I hope you don't mind me saying, but he makes me feel like he very much looked down on the way certain people behaved and still does behave, like still do behave. He just doesn't agree with it. He doesn't agree with how out of sync people are, how disconnected they are. And that's what he meant in the beginning when he said he was not interested in that. He was not interested in power, you know, fame, money. He was very interested in himself, which I feel like is why he's making me close my eyes, because he's like, no, let's, you know, stay centered, because he's very interested in the center of the self, the core, the internal world, everything that's going on within. But he's saying, you know, I still was very aware. He's just making me feel like always looking over my shoulder, like always looking over my shoulder. He's talking about his move to the States and the power that it gave him, and the people from where he came who wanted to use and abuse that power, okay? But he's going within again and saying it was just not aligned with who I was. And there was nothing within me that was trying to hurt these people, who I feel were the people that would stand around him at the table. There was nothing in me that wanted to hurt these people, anything like that. But it just was not in core alignment with who I am. Okay, and I was not interested in trying to manipulate, abuse, or corrupt the system. That is not within the peace and stillness that I hold as a person, okay? But he's saying multiple tries were made. And he's saying that multiple tries were made, especially through food, because that is the only way that people could really get to me. This is all about money and power. Look, we've heard this so many times when we're talking about the movie industry. I feel like I'm almost like numb to it now, because I'm hearing it so much. Every time I connect with a film star, a movie star, I'm hearing, as soon as like they get that bit of fame and they realize that people like them and they're in with wealthy people, like that's it, like people come for you, people come after you, and they come for you. He makes me feel, very honestly, similar vibe to Michael Jackson. He was poisoned through his food, but I feel like it was almost like he's saying, it was like multiple tries, like it was multiple tries that they had tried to do this. The woman that he was with, the mistress, I definitely feel had connections with this, because he's saying, I was so smart, I am so smart, I was so wise, that you just poisoning my food is not something that could be done. I would only take food from people who I trusted, and he did trust this woman. Although I will say towards the end, the trust went thin, because she would say certain things to him, I feel, that would make him really be like, and Bruce Lee, as I said, we're going within, was very connected. Okay, now he he would not call himself psychic or spiritual. Not spiritual, he would say spiritual, but like in the same sense that I am, okay? He would not say that. He almost, actually, I am gonna say, he made me feel a bit like, you know when I said like looking down, like he made me feel like I was a bit looked down upon, like what are you doing? But but he's open to say that, like, yeah, you know, I had certain ways of being and certain ways of living that I knew to be true and right for me, and he didn't hold back on saying that. And people didn't like that about him either. Yeah, people didn't like that about me, okay? If I didn't like something you were doing, because I was so in line with myself and my truth and like who I am, I would very much be like, he would very much call people out on it. Like if they were acting a certain way, he'd be like, why are you doing that? You know, there was no false pretense with Bruce Lee. Like, he was very blunt. So when it came to these people, that, again, here I am, these people who thought they were very powerful and thought they were very, like, in charge, and he would say to them, well, I don't want to do that. You know, there was no, oh, I'll think about it, I'm scared. Like, he was like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm not interested in that. Like, that is not who I am. And I don't agree that you do it. People didn't like that. You know, people didn't like the complete straightness. He was very straight cut, very straight cut. Like, you know, this is what I think, what I feel. I have no pretense. You know, I have nothing to prove. Almost to the sense that he even makes me feel that the affair that he had, like, his wife was aware. Like, I feel like his wife was aware. This is not a man who lied. This is not a man who deceived. This is not a man who deceived. This is a man who's very much like, this is what I'm going to do and this is my happiness. Some may call it selfish in a way, but that's who he was. That's who he was. And it came across to other people. I think he would be fair with me to say, yeah, people didn't like it, and it came across as arrogant, it came across as cocky, it came across as overly confident, and it rubbed people up very much the wrong way. And he's making me feel that I rubbed the wrong people up the wrong way, and it came back in karma to me, really, because of how my life ended. He's making me feel what happened is there was an allergic reaction to something that was given to him. It was given to him and he reacted in the wrong way. Now, there is a feeling with this of this, like I said, he said that multiple tries were made, okay? So I feel the time when he actually passed, it was a try. This wasn't actually meant to be how he passed, okay? From the people that were doing it to him, okay? I do feel it's like some kind of mafia, Chinese mafia, but that also that there's other people in the States that were also involved. Because directors, I feel, and things weren't very fond of him as a person as well, because of this straight talk, you know, characteristic that he had, this blunt characteristic that he had. As an actor and as a martial arts person, he was gifted and talented, and no one could deny that. But as a person, he rubbed people up the wrong way. But he's making me feel like these multiple tries were made, and this one try that they did, which they didn't think would be the actual time, was. Because there's something that he took, because he's making me feel like it was in the throat, and it just, there was a reaction. It just, it went wrong, okay? It went wrong. There was a save that was tried to be made. It didn't work. It happened sooner than it was expected to, but he's just making me feel like, you know, they poisoned me. They poisoned me. Okay. He wants people, as he moves away from his passing, because he is saying that really and truly, I can't go back and change what happened, and I wouldn't go back and change what happened because I stayed true to myself, and he would advise other people to do the same. And he's talking about this closing of the eyes and going within. He was very connected with himself and this inner world and this inner being and this inner, you know, truth, okay? And he's saying that if I had to die for my inner truth and self to be, so be it, because that's something for him that was not up for being compromised, okay? That's something for him that was truly not up for being compromised at all. And he would encourage others to close your eyes, go over the side, and don't compromise who you truly are. He's saying I died for that, you know, and he did. And again, he was betrayed. He's talking very much about this betrayal. I do feel it was the mistress that betrayed him, because what more can fool a man than a woman in love? Okay, are we done? We're done. Before I head off, he is making me feel that in the next upcoming years there may be a film made in his honour. He's I'll be honest, he's almost like dismissive of it. He's like, you don't need to make a film about me. This is the kind of man that he was, okay? He, like I said, there's no airs and graces here. Like, he is like, if I liked it, I liked it, and if I didn't, I didn't. And I'm not here to play games. I'm not here to mess around. I'm here to be my true self. And he's not really for the movie, so he would encourage that not to be done. Okay. That is it for our Bruce Lee reading. I do hope you enjoyed. Please do leave some love and light for Bruce Lee down in the comments below. He didn't say it, but I feel he has come to terms with his passing, because he felt to me like a man who understood life and that everything happens for a reason, and was very at peace and accepting of that and of timing. He wouldn't phrase it like that, because that's probably a bit too woohoo wacky for him, but he understood life on a deeper level and therefore has accepted his fate. Thank you for watching today, lovelies, and I will see you soon for another video. Bye.